Do it. Let's just get to it. OMG. Great morning, y'all. Great morning, great morning, great morning, great people. How are y'all doing this morning? I hope you're having a fantastic morning. Welcome to Monday, y'all. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to a word in the wilderness. Spilling the spirituality. Okay. I hope y'all had a fantastic weekend. Most of y'all I've already talked to, or some of y'all I've already talked to. Y'all know I had the most amazingest weekend this weekend. So I hope y'all are doing well. Oh, wait a minute. Let me change that, y'all. And that today is starting off fantastic for you. We starting our week off with positivity, love, light, and healing energy. Okay. OMG, y'all. We starting on the book of Leviticus today as well. So I'm excited about that. I got some community announcements that I'm getting ready to tell y'all about. Y'all, it has just been so craziness this week. Like, I just can't even. With Hydrate God right now. Hold on, let me get to my page, y'all. I didn't have time to put my contacts in because I looked up and it was 7:30 in the morning. Okay. So great morning, Veronica. So, y'all, so much that we gonna talk about. I'm gonna run through the community announcements. I did a whole live yesterday that really talked about most of these, but I'm still gonna recap them so that y'all have the latest word. Okay, so you know everything that's going on because it's a lot going. It's a lot going on. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, honey. Y'all, make sure you like the live, share the love. Thank y'all for tapping in this morning. Good morning, Jamila Nim. Um, it's cold, it's raining, okay, but that ain't gonna stop no show. And we still in this thing. So of course I'm gonna tell y'all some of the things that have transpired over the weekend. And then we are starting in the book of Leviticus today. Good morning, Jared. We're in the book of Leviticus today, y'all. We're starting Leviticus. Y'all know I've been studying Leviticus. I didn't read ahead, so it's like, of course, as usual, me reading it for the first time. But one of the main things about Leviticus, of course, it actually is teaching it. Most people look at it as a way for like instruction manual basically for priest stuff like that, but really, y'all, it tells us as we're out here in our wilderness season, it really gives us the instructions on how to become closer to God, how to really live with him, um as he has us out here thugging it out in the wilderness, right? And so a lot of what I've been like, the research that I've done, it really talks about that. It talks about sacrifices, stuff like that. We don't really do that anymore, but a lot of it still pertains to our lives, that and things that so that we can be living right, child, so we can live right with the Lord and him preparing us. Is basically Leviticus is basically they at the foot of Mount Sinai and they're waiting, or they're it's like before they're getting ready to go into the promised land. So to me it says kind of like preparation for the promised land, because the Lord is giving them instructions on how to live right, how to do the right things, how to be right, live right, and do right, um with him. So it's kind of boring, and yes, it talks about a lot of sacrificing, and so we probably ain't go. Y'all know me, and y'all know my spirituals. Daddy, you know my heart. You know my heart. I had already told him, Kizzle, that I was not. Because we're not. Why? Because some of this stuff we don't even do anymore. I mean, we understand it, but understand, y'all, like most of these rules and regulations and things, we don't have this anymore. Why? Because Lord Jesus gave his life for us. They used animal sacrifices because they didn't have Jesus at the time, right? And so they used animal sacrifices in order to purify, but also to repay debts as well. So a lot of Leviticus talks about sacrifice and all that kind of stuff, which we don't do because the Lord Jesus paid the ultimate sacrifice for us when he gave himself on the cross. So just know that, okay? Because I was like, child, we don't even do all of that anymore. But the reason we don't have to, of course, same thing with the law of Moses, right? Jesus is the law of Moses. So that's why we don't have the same, we don't have to go by. He keeps us from having to go through all them rules and regulations and things because he is the law of Moses, right? So all to do it, we're gonna do Leviticus 1 and 2. I got a bunch of announcements, but we're gonna get this part done. Y'all want to do the announcement first? Okay, let's talk about it. So y'all like the live, share the love. I hope y'all had a fantastic weekend. For those of you who did not see me over the weekend, I was live all weekend, y'all. Y'all know that I had the most amazingest weekend on Saturday. I was able to meet the one and only Tabitha Brown. I went to a Donna's Recipe meet and greet, and so I was able to meet Miss Tab. But y'all, let me tell you what happened yesterday. So I think I was getting something to eat, right? And so I ended up getting a DM. And so I got that. It was on Instagram. So I ended up getting a DM, and it was like a video, but then it was like, look at God. And I was like, oh, okay. So as soon as I clicked on it, it was a video from Miss Tab, right? When she did her video, like from the event she did Saturday. Y'all, guess who was in the video? I say, OMG. Y'all, I was like, OMG. And so I was super excited because it was so many of us there that were blessed to meet her on Saturday. And so when I looked at the video and my heart was pounding, right? Because I wouldn't have seen it because I wasn't really, I don't even know, it was in my DM. So I was like, I would have saw it at some point, of course, but I was like, and so my heart pounding, and I was like, Lord, tell me I'm not. I was like, oh my gosh. So again, such a blessing. She's such an amazing person. I'm so grateful that the Lord blessed me with the opportunity to get to be able to meet her and be around y'all. It was just the energy of the entire event, y'all. Everyone was laughing and smiling, and it was great positive energy. Like, it was just the most amazing experience. So if you have an opportunity to go and meet Miss Tab, please do so. Okay, please go and do so. So, no, I don't want to be famous. Okay, I don't want to be famous. So it's nothing about that. For me, it's more so just being able to have an experience that was something that I wanted to make happen for myself. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't even about me. It was simply an opportunity that the Lord provided for me and allowed me to have. So I'm truly grateful for it. The products are amazing, y'all. I couldn't wait to wash my hair and put my Donna's Recipe on, so I did. It's crazy because I ran out of the oil a couple of weeks ago. I had the oil, and I used the last little bit. Y'all should have seen me in here try to squeeze that little bit of oil left in there, because of course y'all know I big chop my hair again. And so I was like, well, let me just get a moisturizer. So that's what I got instead of getting the oil this time. So it ain't even about all of that. It was just, that's the first thing, y'all. That's literally the first thing that I've done since I've been here in Los Angeles. I haven't been anywhere. I haven't been to any events. I just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful that was the first thing that I was able to attend being here. And you never know where the Lord is going to place you, right? It was just a connection. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. She's an amazing person. And, you see people and you never think you'll have those experiences, and then the Lord will provide it. And so we talked a lot about that yesterday. So y'all can go watch Spilling the Spirituality from yesterday. So, okay, so let's talk about these announcements real quick, y'all. The Lord is changing things. He's doing things. We're still, of course, going to be doing Bible study. Yesterday, we did something brand new message. We did something brand new that the Lord was like, look, start going live on Sundays. So I did go live on Sunday. They really are the truth. Like, they are so amazing, y'all. If you ain't got these products, you need to get them, because my hair's so soft up under this little wrap. I'll be moisturizing before I put my wrap on. So definitely a plug for Donna's Recipe. Okay, get them ASAP. Rocky. Okay. Always praying for everyone who comes on my live. Good morning, Brent. Good morning. Always praying for everyone who comes on the live and everyone who doesn't as well. So, let's talk about Spilling Spirituality. Yesterday, the Lord dropped that in my spirituals, y'all, and I was like, oh, I like it. So, I don't know. So we're we're still doing the Word in the Wilderness, but as y'all can see on the screen, I was like, okay, Spilling the Spirituality. I like it. Hold on, y'all. Let me do this. Look it. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna leave that going across the screen as well. Cause what? Tarot University, y'all. I told y'all I would have it up and running before the end of the weekend. and did and do. Okay, so TU is available. Class is going to start on May the 5th, 5/5/2024. You can purchase, you can enroll on Shopify or Etsy, and also for the rest of the month of February, if you purchase a Message Clarity Tarot and Oracle deck, that also includes enrollment. Any one of them includes enrollment. If you purchase if you purchase a ticket, your ClariTEA Tarot deck is included. Okay, your ticket includes your ClariTEA Tarot deck. That, of course, that's if you got your face in the place. That's the one that y'all's card, that you're on the cards. Your actual picture is on the cards if you have submitted a picture. So, that's the first thing. So TU is available. If you buy your ticket now, then it's available for $66 because it'll come with the purchase of a Message Clarity Tarot and Oracle deck. Any one of them, there are 8 to choose from. Otherwise, starting March the 1st, that price is going to go up. Okay, so and it includes your ClariTEA Tarot deck as well as bi-weekly ClariTEA coaching. Unlimited replay access starts on May the 5th. TU tumblers are also available on Shopify. They're customizable. If you have a specific tarot card from Oracle card, any one of them from one of the Message Clarity Tarot and Oracle cards, you can have that customized onto your TU tumbler. Okay, so just know that. So that's available on Shopify, customizable with whether it's your scripture, whether it's your affirmation, or if there's a specific card that you like, you can have that put on your TU tumbler. That is available on Shopify. Okay. I told y'all about this. Purchase of any Message Oracle deck includes enrollment in TU for the rest of February. Get on the email list, y'all. Get on the email list, okay? 336tarot and Oracle at gmail.com. 336tarot and Oracle at gmail.com. All the links are in the description box. Whatever platform you're on, that link is available. Get on the email list so that you'll be notified. I'm getting ready to start putting out the 336 Tarot and Oracle, the message newsletter, right? So I'm getting ready to start doing that. So make sure you get on the email list, send me an email, submit your name so that I will have you on the list. Shout out. We did that. YouTube. Okay, we got that. Dreams to Reality, a word. And we finna get ready to start Leviticus. Okay. So all it do it, let's get to it. Y'all like the live, share the love. Let's see what's happening. We finna start the book of Leviticus this morning, okay, and see what is happening. So, like I said, I'm gonna go through just a couple of key points. We're gonna do Leviticus 1 and 2, and then we're gonna get a word. Okay, we're gonna get a word from Spirit them and see what they want to talk about. Leviticus, of course. It says, because it starts off talking about where is God when I hurt, where was he when my loved one died, or when something difficult happens in your life, the Lord is always there. And we know that, okay? God is here with us at all times. We have to make sure that we are with him. And that's a big thing that happens in Leviticus. Whether we're in pain, God does not forsake us. Even when we choose the presence of the evil one, God still does not abandon us. Okay. He gives us an opportunity to get right. Okay. Leviticus is the story of God with us. Okay. So what does that mean? Of course, as we were in Exodus, the people the Lord gave instructions for the tabernacle to be built. So the tabernacle is where the Lord was going to reside with the people, because that's his goal. He wants to reside with us, right? And so he had to have a place in order for him to reside with us. So the tabernacle was built. This is where the presence of God was going to dwell with the people. Okay, so so the specifications, and we kind of skipped over a lot of the instructions and the blueprints for the tabernacle. But just know, and this, I hope y'all went back and read this, but the way that the tabernacle is set up is very specific. It actually mimics the Garden of Eden. So if you didn't know, that's why it's so specific. The cherubim, the incense, just everything is specific because it mimics, it's a replica, if you will, of the Garden of Eden and how things were set up in Eden. Okay. Leviticus is the story of God with us, the presence of a holy God in the midst of unholy people. And of course, him being the holiness at the center, the Holy of Holies, if you will. And then there were sections of the tabernacle. The further out you got, the less holy it became. And so it's teaching us, Leviticus is teaching us how to become a holy nation, a holy people, so that we can reside with the Lord. Okay. It's the story of what God expects of his people and how we can measure up to those expectations. But there's a problem. God calls us to be holy, but we realize he realizes that even at our best, we fall short of his glory and holiness. Child, they ain't even gonna have but one good day of celebration of like the Lord descending. He comes in and everything's good, everybody happy. We'll get to that, of course, and then we mess it up. Okay. And then we mess it up, as is usually the case with us, right? So this talks about sacrifices, an elaborate system of sacrifices. We learn about forgiveness, atonement, reconciliation, redemption. Before God sent his son Jesus into the world, this was the way that God provided for sinful people to know a holy God and to walk with him daily. This is the thing, y'all. This is something that I've learned in doing this research and this study about Leviticus. Being like giving sacrifices, and what they did in Leviticus as they're giving these sacrifices, one of the things that was like key for me is God was giving them away. It was a gift. Like sacrifice was a gift. It was something that God was giving us in order for us to be nearer to him. He said, look, you can do this so that you can become more holy. It's kind of the same way that things are set up now, even though we don't like pray with prayer. We don't do animal sacrifices. We don't have to do all of that, but it was all a gift so that we could be nearer to the Lord, right? And after the sacrifices came the feast, which celebrated the new relationship. They were a foretaste of much greater sacrifice to come, which we know came in Jesus, right? On the cross for our sins, so that we can be renewed, restored, and cleansed and forgiven once and for all. Recommit yourself to becoming more holy so that you can better worship our holy God. Read with the knowledge that this was not God's final word on how we can have fellowship with him. Remember, okay, this, yes, and finally God's, okay, here we go. All to do it. Now I'm just tell y'all right now. Leviticus is meditate. Listen, if you child, how do I even say it, Lord? We gon' might be skipping through some stuff, but we gonna try to get through it because it's still important for us to understand the principle of why these things are necessary. And I'm not just gonna skip it because most people fall off when you start talking about Leviticus because it's a lot of procedures. It's boring. Period. Just saying it's boring. Okay, so we're gonna go through some of it. And just so we can understand like the key points that we need to take away from why all of these things was necessary. All to do it, let's get to it. Procedures for the burnt offering. The Lord called to Moses from the tabernacle and said to him, now, if you remember, Moses was not even able to enter into the tabernacle at the end of Exodus. Okay, so just key point, Moses was not able to even enter into the tabernacle once they were done building it. Okay, so this is the Lord calling to Moses from the tabernacle. Give the following instructions to the people of Israel. When you present an animal as an offering to the Lord, you may take it from your herd or cattle or your flock of sheep and goats. If the animal you present as a burnt offering is from the herd, it must be male with no defects, like Jesus, right? No defects. Bring it to the entrance of the tabernacle so you may be accepted by the Lord. Lay your hand on the animal's head, and the Lord will accept its death in your place to purify you, making you right with him. Then slaughter the young bull in the Lord's presence, and Aaron's sons, the priests, will present the animal's blood by splattering it against all sides of the altar that stands at the entrance to the tabernacle. Then skin the animal and cut it into pieces. The sons of Aaron The priest will build a firewood on the altar. They'll arrange the pieces of the offering, including the head and fat, on the wood burning. Some of the offerings, y'all, FYI, inquire, it was the whole animal. Okay, some were not. Some of them didn't even require an animal sacrifice. So there are different types of sacrifices that they had to do for different reasons. Okay, but one of the, let me just go to my notes so I can tell y'all exactly, because I real deal, y'all, like if the Lord is giving me something to do, I got to know what I'm doing and I got to understand it. So let me just tell y'all, because it's different types of sacrifices. So the main one, when they use the entire animal, it's about true surrender. It's like the full sacrifice. You're giving everything up. So in this case, this is like the whole animal that they were sacrificing. Let me see. Child, this is too many notes. I didn't know I had this many. Okay. The ascension offering, complete surrender, purging, could take it could take your life of burning away to embrace true life. It's the most foundational. And so this is everything. They use the entire animal. And in addition to them, even if they didn't use the entire animal, they actually, it was like how did they call it, y'all? A butchering shop. Because they actually, whatever animals they used, it was still used to feed the people. So nothing was going to waste, okay? But the internal organs and legs must first be washed with water. Child, that sound like chitlins. Who know about that? That sound like chitlins. I'm not eating no chitlins. I don't care what you say. Who finna eat a chit? I don't care what they got to do. What come from Alabama got to do with I don't care. Y'all know people been trying to get me to eat chitlins. I don't care. No. It's some things I'm not going to be able to do. And guess what? Chitlins is one of them. I'm not knocking what anybody else do. I'm not eating no chitlins. I don't care what you say. Because we didn't grow up eating it. Why am I eat something I ain't never ate before? Well, it's just one thing on the list of many things that I'm not going to be able to do. And I'm not eating no chitlins, okay? It's up there with escargot. I'm not eating that. Why? I don't want no caviar. I don't care how refined it is. No, I'm not eating that. I don't want no fish eggs, and I don't want no snail. Child, I'd be upset. I'm still in my spirituals about the little snail I had stepped on 50 Sundays ago. Child, I killed them. I ain't do it on purpose. I'm sorry, Mr. Snail. You was up there in the spirituals. I took you out, didn't I? I'm sorry. And I was going to took my black card. I'm talking about take it. You can have it because I ain't going to be able to do it. I'm talking about it's some things I'm just not going to be able to do. And chitlins is one of them. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you cook them. I don't care. And the answer is no. I'm not eating no chitlins. Y'all can have it. Put that, look, they talking about put the internal organs and legs must be washed with water. Well, you could give me a leg. I don't think, how you eat goat leg? How you eat cow? We don't eat the legs, do it, y'all? Do we eat cow legs? Ain't no meat on them. I don't think there's no meat on the cow leg. Y'all, let's see the cow in my spiritual. I don't think I want no cow leg. I don't even think that sounds appealing. They cut the cow. Give me the leg. I don't think I want the cow leg. What part of the meat is that? Y'all is foolish. I don't want the leg either. That ain't nothing but gristle. You know what? I'm bad. I don't think the cow leg is going to be on the menu either. Don't be judging me. Then the priest will burn the entire sacrifice on the altar as a burnt offering. It is a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. Well, Daddy, you eat cow leg. Well, I mean, I know you don't really have to eat, but I'm just saying, if the animal you present as a burnt offering is from the flock, it may be either a sheep or a goat, but it must be a male with no defects. Slaughter the animal on the north side of the altar in the Lord's presence, and Aaron's sons, the priest will splatter its blood against all sides of the altar. Then cut the animal in pieces, and the priest will arrange the pieces of the offering, including the head and fat, on wood burning to the altar, but the internal organs and the legs must be washed first, period. Then the priest will burn the entire sacrifice on the altar as a burnt offering. It is a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. If you present a bird as a burnt offering to the Lord, choose either a turtle dove or a young pigeon. The priest will take the bird to the altar, wring off his head. Thank you, Patrick God, that we don't have to do this kind of, y'all finna just go catch the pigeon and just take his whole little head off. You just gonna ring it. Right, just gonna ring the whole, who's fine. But first he must drain his blood against the side of the altar. The priest must also remove the crop and the feathers and then throw them in the ashes on the east side of the altar. Then grasping the bird by its wings, the priest will tear the bird. That I was just, why y'all was acting brutal. Tear the bird open, but without tearing it apart. Well, how you gonna? Then he will burn it as a burnt offering on the wood burning on the altar. It's a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. That these instructions, I'm so thank you. Thank you. You knew what to do. He knew not to have me in this part of the work, in this part of creation. Check, because who ain't when you present grain as procedures for the grain offering. When you present grain as an offering to the Lord, the offering must consist of choice flour. You are to pour olive oil on it and sprinkle it with frankincense and bring it to Aaron's sons, the priest. The priest will scoop out a handful of the flour moistened with oil together with all the frankincense and burn this representative portion on the altar. The grain offering, hold on. Let me look. This is a gift offering. It's the fruits, the vegetables, the first fruits of all produce. Give back to God what he has given to you. Did I finish reading about the other one? I didn't. I'm talking about what the details, Nim, Christina. Good morning, honey. Let me finish reading about the first one that we just talked about. The procedures for the burnt offering, okay? This is the ascension offering. It's complete surrender. So you're surrendering everything. This is purging, could take my life, a burning away to embrace a new, truer life. Most foundational, every morning and evening, the whole animal offering and gives up all value surrendered over to God. A morally blameless person / animal, okay? The incense, the burning turns it into smoke, which goes up to heaven, purging, a journey of burning away of what we call life in order to find real life, okay? So that's the first offering, okay? The second offering, which we're reading about, procedures for the grain offering. This is the gift offering. It's for the first fruits, right? Your first fruits, your first harvest. So this is fruits, vegetables, vegetables, first fruits of all produce, giving back to God what he's given to you. Thank you, Lord, for what you've given me. It is a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. The rest of the grain offering will then be given to Aaron and his sons. This offering will be considered a most holy part of the special gifts presented to the Lord. If your offering is a grain offering baked in an oven, it must be made of choice flour, but without any yeast. It may be presented in the form of thin cakes mixed with, this sounds like hoe cake bread. I'm sorry, that's what we called it. I don't know if anybody else, I don't know if y'all have a name for it, but I was growing up, that's what this sound like, y'all. This sound like, why y'all call it hoe cake? I hope don't ban me, but that's what my family and them made when I was growing up, y'all. We used to eat it with beans. We ate cornbread, but they used to make this bread on the oven, on the stove, and they called it hoe cake bread. Why y'all called it that? Anybody else ever? Anyway, I'm back. This is what it sounds like. Form of thin cakes mixed with olive oil or wafers spread with olive oil. If your grain offering is cooked on a griddle, it must be. Y'all had griddles back then? Never mind. It must be made of choice flour mixed with olive oil without any yeast. Break it into pieces and pour olive oil on it. It is a grain offering. If your grain offering is prepared in a pan, it must. No, this way it wasn't hot water cornbread. It wasn't even cornbread. This was like flour. I can't even describe what it's like. It's so good. I ain't had none in so long because I don't know how to make it. We moved away before I was old enough to find out how to make it, but it was so good. They made it with flour. I wonder if I ain't even got no ancestors. Y'all gonna have to give me the recipe. No matter how a grain offering for the Lord has been prepared, bring it to the priest who will present it present it at the altar. The priest will take a representative portion of the grain offering and burn it on the altar. It is a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. The rest of the grain offering will then be given to Aaron and his sons as their food. This offering will be considered a most holy part of the special gifts presented to the Lord. Do not use yeast in preparing any of the grain offerings you present to the Lord, because no yeast or honey may be burned as a special gift presented to the Lord. You may add yeast and honey to an offering of the first crops of your harvest, but these must never be offered on the altar as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. Season all your grain offerings with salt to remind you of God's eternal covenant. Never forget to add salt to your grain offerings. If you present a grain offering to the Lord from the first portion of your harvest, bring fresh grain that is coarsely ground and roasted on a fire. Put olive oil on the baby. I know, Daddy, but my goodness, these little people, them, you had to get yourself together and get this stuff prepared and sprinkle it with frankincense. The priest will take a representative portion of the grain, moistened with oil, together with all the frankincense, and burn it as a special gift presented to the Lord. The end. Okay. We used to call our pancakes whole bread. Well, child, it's like floury. It's so good, child. Don't have no good old pot of pinto beans, because we ate a lot of beans growing up, and so don't have good pot of pinto beans, and then baby have you some whole cake bread. You don't need nothing else but that little piece of bread. You take a piece off. Oh, love you, Unc. I love you, Unc. He don't even see these, but yeah, it's like they make it in a round pan, and it wasn't too thick, but it was just thick enough, y'all. I used to love it, and I don't know how to make it. Y'all gonna have to. I'm gonna make some when I finally have me a stove to cook on. That's it, y'all. One and two. Like I said, they're very detailed, they're very descriptive, the way that the offerings are. So of course you can go back and read this, meditate on it. We went through the first two offerings today. We still have several more to go, but ultimately all of them come back to how it was like a gift. The Lord was giving the Israelites a way to become more holy, a way for them to become closer with him. So that's what the sacrifices are for. It's to honor him, to honor Yahweh, of course, to honor, atone, to repay, and to purify. Because the blood that they were using, it was like, so you're not only repaying debt, it's like it's also purifying you as well. So just know that, of course, and all of this was so that they could become a holy nation of people living with the Lord in their presence, right? So that's what all of this is for. Just saying, okay. Then of course it's a lot, y'all. I did a lot of notes on Leviticus, but we finna see what kind of messages we're gonna get ready to get from Spirit Them. Yesterday when we were spilling the spirituality, we just were going like kind of off the fly. We're gonna pull and see what messages we got today. I feel like all of us have had to sacrifice some things, and it's also that we can be closer with the Lord, so we can have a better relationship with him. And we don't always see the payoff right then, but like in this case with the Israelites in Leviticus, right? It's so that you could y'all imagine being like, we have the Lord within us, y'all, but can you, it's something I say all the time, whether it was the disciples sitting with Jesus, whether it's the Israelites can y'all imagine being an Israelite and the Lord being right there. And of course, no one, you have, the holier you are, the closer you can get. Only certain people permitted, the priest, like Aaron the priest, Moses, able to even come near. And again, we gonna mess it up, but it's like being that close to the Lord, or being Moses going up on Mount Sinai and actually being able to be in the heavens, and then, or the 70 elders and Aaron and everyone who went the first time before the Israelites being messed up, right? And did the golden calf thing. And that story is important. So I hope y'all remember about the golden calf, because it's a big part of the reason, depending on how you look at the perspective. I've listened to multiple perspectives as I've been studying this, as to, it's just a lot. So you don't just take my word for it. If it interests you, or if you want to know more about it, just make sure that you're listening to different perspectives, because this one thing, like studying, and I'm not necessarily studying the Bible, but I want to understand what I'm reading before I'm able to come and talk to anybody else about it. And so one of the things about that is, like, just have, so I'm studying it so that I can have a better understanding, to be able to communicate and explain, well, this is what this is. Because if you just read through that, because I know I probably didn't skip through most of Leviticus, because it's one of the harder books to read, because it's just a bunch of instructions and it's very detailed. But all of it ultimately is to get closer to the Lord. So we're going to see what Messenger Spirit didn't want to talk about this morning. The email address is 336tarot and oracle@gmail.com. The link is in the description box. Oh, let's do it. Let's get to it. Y'all like the live, share the live, share the love. Let's see what's happening. Come on, look, the death card at the bottom of the deck, release. Endings that need to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that hold you back. Spiritual transformation, as we were just talking about the ascension. Come on, Lord. Come on, Empress, and awakening at the bottom of the deck, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so first things first, let's just talk about these cards. So we have the death card that's coming in, transformation. So the first, look, y'all didn't even let me shuffle, did it? Oh, let's do it. Let's pray. Let's do that before we hop into this. Father God, give me the strength, the wisdom, and the courage to do the things you put me here to do in a way that pleases you and serves the people you put me here to serve. Archangel Michael, bless, protect, and shield me, my family, my children, my community, and their families from all negativity, negative energy, low vibrational energy, sent intentionally or unintentionally, from those known and unknown. Archangel Gabriel, remove me and allow me to be a clear and open channel of love, light, and healing energy for all who need to receive it today. Archangel Uriel, put me in the divine flow and in divine alignment with truth, clarity, wisdom, guidance, insight, knowledge, and understanding from the Most High God. Archangel Raphael, open our hearts, our eyes, our ears, and our minds to the truth, clarity, wisdom, and guidance of our Father God who art in heaven. May I only speak the words to God's people that elevate, empower, uplift, and encourage them every day and in every way. And in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Oh, let's do it. Okay. Oh, let's do it. We have the death card that's coming in first, y'all. Transformation. So as we were just talking about in the first gift, right? The first sacrifice. Transformation. This is what is literally a lot of us are going through, child. We is in this period where things are being stripped away. The old us is falling away, so the new you can be born, so the new you can come into being, right? And it's also about creativity with the Empress that's coming in. So some of us, like, that's what's happening. We're releasing the things that don't serve us so that we can be closer to God, so that we can live more like He is asking us to live. And so, yep, it requires sacrifice. Look, the Hangman on this, in this deck, it actually says the awakening, but on the one, I think, was it yesterday, y'all? We used the deck yesterday, and it literally, the Hangman says sacrifice at the bottom of the deck. I think I have it over there, but I'm not going to pull it out. And so this is so that we can be closer to God, live more like Him, do the things that He's asking us to do, so He can give us the creative abilities. And yes, it's awakening, it's spiritual transformation, it's enlightenment. right? The more time you spend with him, the more you get to know him, child, the more he'll show you about himself. This is on Pause on Purpose message. This is also the on Pause on Purpose card, right? So sometimes in this, it's a temporary pause for reflection and insight and awakening where you see things in a whole new light. And this Empress, literally, yes, it's about abundance. It's also about harvest, but it's also about seeing yourself as abundant, seeing yourself the way that the Lord sees you. And I think that's a big test for a lot of us that's happening right now. So as he's given us the tools, the resources, the ability to create, it's also us learning how to see ourselves the way that the Lord sees us. Because a lot of times that's hard. We look at our outside circumstances or what people think or how they think about us instead of looking at ourselves the way that the Lord sees us. It's the same thing with abundance, right? You have to see yourself with the inheritance that the Lord has already promised you. You have to see yourself the way that the Lord sees you and love yourself that same way, okay? Queen of Wands coming up next. Period. Receive it. Magic is real. Brilliant, talented, independent. There's nothing you can't do. Y'all know this is one of my message personal cards in the deck. So some of maybe some of y'all are releasing the idea that you can only be, do, or have one thing, child. I don't know, but nothing is off limits. Look, I can't only cut transformation, the Tower, which I said, shift, baby, shift. I don't know, child. That's what I heard my spiritual. So something may be shifting for you. There's adjustments being made. This could be, yeah, somebody finna. I keep on telling y'all, like we in this process of creation, co-creating with spirit. And I remember when I used to say that, right? I used to be like, oh, we co-creating, but I really had no idea what that truly was. The dreamer and the devil at the bottom of the deck. I tell you what, y'all don't let him get a foothold, okay? Be very mindful. What y'all said, somebody finna make a splash. And what business? Y'all remember that movie? Wasn't it a movie called Splash? Didn't it have a mermaid? Anyway, I'm telling my age, huh? Anyway, I'm back. What y'all said? Yes, co-creation. Thank y'all. So it's like I had no idea what co-creating with the Lord really meant until I started really building things and developing things. And I started getting these inspired ideas that the Lord was giving me. Look at the Empress. Is that the child? No, that's the Chariot. I could have swore I saw the Empress at the bottom of. Y'all want me to pull from this deck? Because I didn't had, look, the Chariot, the Ace of Wands, inspired ideas. Some taking action on something. This is igniting that spark. Somebody's creative blocks are being removed. If you felt like you weren't able to really tap into your creativity, I don't know. If you've been spending time just allowed, like I had to move, y'all. I done told y'all everything that happened, like all the warfare. But one thing about warfare, it'll make you accomplish some things. It'll make you get some things done. She was a mermaid. I thought there was a movie called Splash. It'll make you get some things done because I don't know, it'll make you move. And so you start moving, shifting things around, shifting yourself around, looking for different routes is what they're giving me. What you said? Message is because because the enemy trying to foil these plots, y'all. It's like he be plotting. He be trying to get in the middle, get in the way of stuff. And we're not going to give him no whole lot of energy. He be trying to get in the way of independence and connections. Come on, Three of Pentacles. Trying to keep you from connections, trying to keep you from things that are in alignment with your purpose. There go the Queen of Wands again. I can't make it up. Trying to keep you from your blessings, your money. Look, Seven of Swords. I'm sick of him. He getting on my nervous system. because he be trying to. So some of you with the Queen of Wands coming up twice, two different decks, it definitely feels like if you've been feeling, this is like your confidence as well. Let me tell you what's going to help you. The enemy will try. It's like, this is why your confidence is so important. And this is why you got to know, no matter what, you have to be courageous. You have to be assertive. You have to get out there and go get it, regardless of what anybody says, what anybody thinks. It don't matter. Don't matter. Don't let nobody try to dissuade you, tell you crazy. It doesn't matter if they don't believe. It does not matter, y'all. This is about you being so confident in what the Lord has given you, the talent he's given you, the skills, the abilities, what he's told you to create, the Empress, that you're unstoppable. And so your confidence is what is going to help you to move forward. And one of the things that I'm telling y'all what I know, the enemy if he's going to try to shake your confidence. And because let me just tell y'all, because y'all I said I wasn't going to talk about it. Y'all want me to talk about it? Tell y'all right now, some of you are at a point where there's just certain tactics of the enemy that no longer work. Okay. They're no longer work. They're going to judge you anyway. So why not just, let's do it. Right. There are certain things that just no longer work. Do not be surprised. Okay. When the enemy tries to catch you off guard and hit you with a low blow, a low attack that you weren't expecting, I'm telling message, right hand to the Lord, telling you, when it's like he's just trying to pull stuff out of nowhere because the same things are not working anymore. So don't be surprised, like if something unexpected happens. Keep showing up, shining and glowing anyway. Okay. If people gonna have something to say, let them talk. Let them think you're crazy. Let them think but you need to be confident, because the Lord has given you this task. He's given you this thing to create, to build, and to grow. And you never know where it's going to take you. Okay, you never know. This is also about divine. Look, I kid you not, divine communication, divine connections. Look, this is the Three of Pentacles. This is teamwork, collaboration. I talked to y'all yesterday on Spilling the Spirituality, right? The Lord, like, if the Lord set something up and he wants it to happen and he wants a connection to be made, guess what? The enemy knows that. He's going to try. I told y'all that was the war before the reward. Everything that that could possibly happen has happened was trying to keep me from Saturday. I knew what the reward was, but I only told y'all about the warfare as instructed. The Lord said, no, don't talk about what it is that's why you're being attacked. Just talk about the attacks. So I was telling y'all about all of this yesterday, right? But it was simply so that a dream for me, something that I had been wanting to happen, that I asked the Lord for, wouldn't manifest. But the more important thing about this is you being willing to fight. The Queen of Wands, she gonna fight. She gonna fight for her financial freedom. She's gonna fight for her independence. She's gonna fight for what it is that the Lord has told her to do. So you got to have that energy. You got to be 10 toes down on whatever it is the Lord has told you to do. I'm working on my confidence, and the attacks are real. I'm talking about so real, y'all. I have never seen anything like it in my life. True story. Like, and I'm talking about anytime something good is happening for you, anytime the Lord is taking you to the next level. And it's why he has me talking about warfare, y'all. It's why he has me on here being an example. Because yes, most people are going to tell you, look, Seven of Swords. Most people are going to tell you about once they make it, then they'll come back and tell you, yeah, this, that, and the third happened. But the Lord don't have me doing that, y'all. He has me being able to be an example in real life, in real time, of the strategies of the enemy. The Seven of Swords is a card of lying, cheating, deceiving. It's also a card of strategies. So we're learning about the tactics message. We're learning about the tactics, and the enemy will do anything. He will use any strategy that he thinks is going to work. But let me tell you about the God. Oh, come on, Lord. Let me tell you about the God we serve, right? God got an answer for that. He has an answer for that too, because no matter what the enemy tries to throw, and let me also say this for somebody, because you're going to need this, right? I kid y'all not. Yesterday, I gave the message on Spilling the Spirituality. I went back message and watched it last night, right? I went back and watched it last night. And something, and what's crazy is, y'all, I got to a certain point, but then I had to turn it off because I had to go eat. I had to get me something to eat. And so I didn't start back watching it until after a very specific attack happened. You know what's crazy? When the attack happened, I was literally in the middle of it, was like simultaneously. There was an attack that was happening. At the same time, I was getting something that was like, when at the same time that I received the video from Donna's recipe and Miss Tab. Like, so it was like as soon as this good news was coming in, the enemy tried to come in, and y'all, I was just like, no, you ain't gonna steal my joy. You not gonna take no. And I meant that, y'all. I meant it in my spirituals, because that is an accomplishment for me, just to be in that environment around all the beautiful people that were there. Like, y'all, that was the most amazing experience. It's something that I'll never forget. And as soon, it was like I was so happy and so excited. And as soon as that happened, here come the enemy, y'all. Y'all, when I tell you that this is real, I don't know how else to tell y'all that in the middle of something positive happening for me, and I had a choice. Come on, Lord. I had a choice, y'all. I had a choice in that moment. Okay. In that moment, I had a choice to either get crazy or to focus on the positivity that was happening, y'all. Chess, not checkers, okay? Have to say, I'm talking about what? And so when I went to sleep last night, I went to sleep with peace in my heart, because the enemy didn't get me, y'all, and he tried it. He tried it. And the one thing I said out loud, I was like, I'm not going to let the enemy take this moment from me. I am not going to let you take this moment from me, because it was an accomplishment. So understand that he's going to try whatever he wants to try, whatever he thinks is going to work. He going to try it, because he's trying to take your moment from you. He's trying to take your peace from you, your happiness. He's trying to take everything, the things, when you start seeing things manifest, dreams, things from your vision board. Come on, King of Pentacles. Like, when you start seeing things manifest, the enemy gonna do everything he can to try to take that from you. Don't let him, okay? Don't let him take your joy, your peace, your happiness, because that's a victory, right? Come on, the truth is the truth.com. Ace of Swords just fell out. I'm telling y'all, don't let him take your moment from you. They just said moment. What's crazy is, all I can hear in my head is, I wish that I could have this moment for life. Shout out Nicki Minaj, right? So don't let the enemy take your moment from you. Don't let him take your breakthrough from you. There are certain things, come on, Lord, that he's healed and delivered us from, right? The Lord is healed and delivered us from. And so don't fall back, because it's so easy, because that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to get mad. He wants you to get triggered. He wants you to pop off. He wants you to get smart. He wants you to retaliate. We're not doing that, okay? The enemy don't want us to be great, but he can't stop, and period. And he's not, can't, and ain't. Period. Okay. So some of us with it's like y'all have a breakthrough coming, and you got to keep believing, man. One thing, what was I reading this morning, y'all? He took me to Proverbs this morning. What's crazy is, it's like confirmations that be coming through. The Lord had me in the book of Proverbs this morning. And so for some of you, this is about your integrity, right? Because that's the thing. He trying to make you pop off and be a different version, be the old you, because the old me would have got a little buck. The old me would have had some, like, I would have probably had some not so nice things to say. But I've grown and I've learned so much from the Lord that he doesn't allow me to react the same to situations. He don't allow me to act. I'm not going to act up. I'm not going to argue. I ain't got time for that. We're not letting him steal our moments, because you're too close to the breakthrough. And you've changed too much. It's like you can see the tactics before they even happen. You gonna know it's an attack, because you know that you're receiving something positive. So it's like recognizing, and it's like once you become aware, you're invincible. And that's the thing. When you become aware of how the enemy operates, don't get it twisted. My life is crumbling out around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got so many things, and all I can do is just sit and trust the Lord. Like, well, Lord, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. And I believe that with my whole heart. Look, the Empress showing up Again, I can't make this up, y'all. On the cut and the Chariot and the Star and the Ace of Pentacles, and child, look, I can't make this up, y'all. Come on with it. They said, let's go. So look, so this is you, the enemy trying to stop. We ain't gonna let he don't stop no show. He's not gonna stop us from creating. He's not gonna stop this shine. We're gonna keep showing up. We're gonna keep shining. We're gonna keep shining with the light of the Lord. We talked about that last week, right? You're gonna keep showing up, shining. You're gonna keep showing up, creating. You're gonna keep showing up and being the best version of you. Fertility, because he doesn't want you to give birth to these new ideas. The Ace of Swords is an idea. He doesn't want you to make these connections, but you're going to keep moving forward, being consistent, being diligent, fighting for your dreams, whatever this is that the Lord has told you to create and build. Determination, positivity, moving forward, willpower. Okay, even if you get tired, and yes, you're gonna want to. Sometimes you're gonna want to get a little cutthroat, but we ain't got time for that. Okay, that kind of stuff blocks our blessings, and we ain't on that type of time. I told y'all, like, I'm trying to live right with the Lord. As we in the book of Leviticus, I'm trying to live right with the Lord. So just make sure that you, even if other people don't, even if other people try to get you, like pull you out of character, just before you don't respond to everything. Just sit back, relax, and because you have a different level of understanding and awareness sometimes than other people do. Why? Because you've done more healing. Because you're on a different level of understanding with the Lord. Hope, healing, faith, inspiration, self-confidence. Somebody's star is rising. Your star is rising. Okay, it is simply because you're learning how to see yourself in a different light. Did we have the Ace of Pentacles out here already? No. So this is an opportunity. I don't think we pulled from this deck yesterday. So this is the seed, planting a seed for a new opportunity. Okay. And it's all potential. Oh, we did. We had the Ace of Pentacles yesterday on spilling the spirituality from yesterday, because we were talking about going, it's like from the ace to the 10. So some of y'all are getting ready to plant a new seed in a new garden. Okay, something that the Lord is asking you to do. Two aces, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. So this is a breakthrough. This could be clarity as well. Some of you are becoming very clear about what it is that you're going to be doing next. Example, TU, right? Me doing TU, the TU tumblers, the TU journals that are coming. So it's like the Lord is getting ready to give you the next step. Come on. Foundation, King of Pentacles, Six of Wands, I can't make this up, Ace of Swords again, y'all. So the truth is the truth.com. Some of you, this could be new relationships as well. They just gave on this Two of Cups. So some of you, this could definitely be new relationships that are coming in, new opportunities to grow within the relationships that you already have as well. King of Pentacles, this is foundation. Remember, we talked about with the Ascension offering in Leviticus, it's a foundation. It's true surrender. It's saying, listen, Lord, you are my foundation. I got to build on you. So some of y'all, this is the realization that you're having, the clarity, the breakthrough that's happening is realizing, like, child, the Lord, as long as you allow the Lord to help you to build it for you. And by that, I mean, giving you the ideas, the wisdom in order to create wealth, because the King of Pentacles is the most wealthy card in the deck. Some of you, that's what the idea is. It's like your Ace of Swords is your idea, your thing that is going to help you build, create, and sustain wealth. Okay. So protect your ideas. Know that you're going to be able to do this. This is you also having the face and having the wisdom, the courage to do it as well. This is somebody's finna be seen, recognized, like your work. The King of Pentacles, this is about your work ethic, your dedication, you being willing to like go, like you gonna build it. Like you just not gonna stop building. You're not gonna stop until you create this level of success for yourself. This is not about fame. This is not about pride. This is about you truly having the want and the will and the desire to do what is right for the Lord, building the kingdom, helping, being of service to other people. We're not doing this for praise, recognition, or rewards. We're doing this so that other people, so some of you, that's what's happening. You're becoming an inspiration and you don't even know that people are looking at you and being inspired by your determination, your persistence, your resilience, your ability to just keep bouncing back. We often oh, come on, Lord, we oftentimes look at the things that we're going through, our trials, our tribulations, as negative. But you sometimes don't realize that other people are looking at just how, even though we don't always take strength as like a compliment because we be tired of being strong, it actually is infusing other people with the ability to keep going as well, saying, well, because people really be like, well, if she can do it or he can do it, then I know I can do it too. And so some of you, you're like, what you're doing, your light is on display. You're glowing, even if you don't think so. Like the Lord is infusing you with light. He's giving you more light to shine brighter, to be an inspiration, to help more people, motivate more people. And it doesn't have to be people on social media. This could be your family. This could be your colleagues, your co-workers, the people that you spend the most time with. A lot of us, that's one of our, like, it's one of our roles, our responsibilities. You have to be a light for the people who are the closest to you first before you're ready to be a light to other people. And even if they don't recognize you for that, even if they don't understand it, your strength, your brightness, your light is still inspiring those that are closest to you, whether they admit it or not. I say this for myself, like my children, and I don't expect them to, they young women and a young man, I don't expect them to be on my readings or doing what, you know what I'm saying? But I also know, I see it in my children. I see it when I talk to them. I see their creative talents. I see them doing things and being empresses and an emperor, and so you see those things. So just know that even if it don't feel like it, people are being inspired by you, your family, your children. Even if they don't show you, if they don't tell you, even if they don't understand what you're doing, just know that you're still being an inspiration to people, and recognize that. Okay. And the truth is the truth.com. Okay. Ace of Swords again. So for some of you, that's what's happening. Justice, the Death card showing back up again, and the Nine of Wands and the Death card again. So transformation, real deal happening within yourself and within your life. For some of you, this is like your hard work getting ready to pay off. I can't believe we got the Death card out here 3 times, y'all. This is ultimate surrender and transformation that the Lord is doing. I can't make it up. This is 3 different Death cards, 3 different decks. So this is really you going through this transformative process, releasing the old version of you, becoming a new version of you. This is a rebirth. So some of you, you're in that stage, the end of one cycle, the start of another cycle. And some of you may be starting up to 3 new things, 3 new beginnings that are happening during this transformative process. Okay. In a position, it's like being in transition. God is moving us from one level to another level. And some of y'all might not stay at that next level for long, and then you already up to the next one. So just know, because it's like the Death card being out here, like this is major transformation that's happening. Purification as well is coming through on the Death card, and it's all about abundance. Because look, on the other side of release, look at all the abundance. This is that harvest we were just talking about in the grain offering, right? The gift offering. It's like the harvest is coming. And the other thing is, some of y'all, it's like we're releasing control. They just said, thank y'all, child, releasing control, because the Lord can do it so much better than us. And I receive it, because what, I ain't got time. I can't do it. That I was trying to run myself crazy, trying to figure out how to do something myself. And I just said, well, God's got it. And I just have to let him one way or another. He's going to give me the answer that I need. So that's just it. You just got to trust and go through there. Everybody has to, everything has to burn away. Which I said, like when you're becoming a new person. I don't know, child. What else? Burn the words of guidance. Let's get these and get some angel numbers and we'll be done. Facing obstacles, and bye, Felicia. Okay. The first 2 cards they're on the bottom of the deck. They made me pay attention to. Facing obstacles, growth opportunities, overcoming, moving mountains, facing your fears, taking a leap of faith. The end of a cycle. Can't make it up. Okay. The end of a cycle. Lesson learned, growing pains, and moving on. Expansion. Come on, the prayer of Jabez. Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hands be with me and keep me from harm, so that I may be free from pain. Okay, so some of you, this is about your growth and expansion that's coming in. 1 Chronicles 4 and 10. Okay. It is. Shine on. Shine, shine. Did I tell y'all? I'ma say it because I just can't even. Y'all, I tell you what. Thank you, Miss Tab. Love you. Thank you so much for the encouragement, right? Because she encouraged me, y'all. She encouraged me. And not that you need outside validation, because you don't need that from anyone. The Lord has already given me my instructions. He's told me what to do. But to get a positive word of encouragement for someone, from someone who inspires you, who doesn't know you, you know what I'm saying? For someone that you look up to as a source of inspiration. So for her to give me a positive word of encouragement, and that's what she told me. She was like, keep shining. And so I received that. So that it was like passing the tab test. I said this in Spirit Dim last night, y'all. I can't make this up. I was talking to Spirit Dim last night, and this morning, y'all, this morning too, I was like, it was like passing the tab test. I was like, I just made that up, of course, but child, listen, I say, child, I didn't pass the tab test. Y'all, I was so tickled, but she's such a beautiful soul and spirit, and I was just so excited. So that was an accomplishment for me, y'all. It was. I say, child, I didn't pass this tab test. Period. So I received that. It was definitely encouragement for me to keep going, right? And keep doing what it is that the Lord has called me to do. So I received that. What else? Come on, The Chosen One. Y'all, do y'all watch The Chosen? I can't wait for it to come out, child. I'm so ready for it. You have The Chosen One that's coming in next. Generational curse breaker, ancestral wisdom, karma, anointed. Many are called, but few are chosen. So can't nobody do what you've been called to do, okay? You got a task, you got duties, responsibilities that you are this. Like you being called into service, child. It comes with rewards. It comes with war, but it comes with rewards as well. So just know that, okay? And yes, we are, as we know, the being the chosen one, like, child, first of all, you got to choose to be chosen, okay? Even though you be chosen, you got to choose it, because some people get chosen and they be like, I don't want this. I don't look. Yeah, we want the growth, the expansion, the elevation, but it's warfare. It's trials and tribulations that come with this walk, y'all. So it's very, that's why a lot of people fall off and don't come on, show up and shine. At the bottom of the deck, show up and shine, clarity, satisfaction, fulfillment, and vitality. Telling you, a lot of people don't choose it, because that's why, just like the Israelites out there, that's why I'm so grateful, right? Even just as we were reading through Exodus, and the Lord was like, nah, I ain't gonna take them straight to the Red Sea, because then it was some other people that was gonna be in the way, and they'll run away, right? They'll run away if they know the dangers that they're gonna face, then they'll try to turn back. That's just like us. We'll turn back if we don't. If we knew everything we was gonna have to go through on this walk, y'all, a lot of us, we'd have been like, oh, you can get somebody else to do it off the top. We ain't gonna be able to do it. Meant it. Y'all already know, child. I meant that in my whole spirituals. I probably would have still did it, but I'm just saying, you could have told me that this little walk right here was gonna be like this. I receive it. What we got? Come on, spirit. We received that. Confirmation, alignment, ancestor messages, clarity, and discernment. I can't make this up, y'all. I can't make this up, okay? It's a no for me, dog. I can't make it up, right? Omens, signs, and wonders, and then Matthew. But okay, I'm done. Ask, seek, knock, Matthew 7:7-8. Asking, it will be given to you. Seeking, you will find. Knock, and the door will be open. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, the door will be open. What is this door leading to? Abundance. Okay. We have the abundance card that's right up under the Matthew 7:7-8. Getting a raise, creative projects, side hustle, money comes to me, new job, wealth. The karma is real. Positive karmic return, cause and effect. That's like the justice card in here. Final words of guidance. Let's get some angel numbers and we out this thing. Let's see what else. What y'all said. Child of mess. I'm not gonna tell no stories about it. somebody believe in the impossible, child, because some of y'all are getting, it's like, this is a good omen for somebody. So this like confirmations, I think I mentioned that earlier, I'm not sure, but it's like confirmations that are happening, whatever it is for you, child, however you setting up your spirit code, your spirit's language to talk to spirit them, child, listen, they is talking. This is about expansion though, enlarging your territory. A mess, child, you're in alignment with it. Child, you're not gonna take the bait. That's just it. You're not gonna take the bait. Don't worry about it. Oh, jackpot. We received that 777 that is coming in. Look, that's funny. Matthew 7:7-8. You hit the jackpot, unexpected income, rewards for your hard work. Receive it and thank you in advance. So July the 7th might be an important day for you as well. So just take that how it resonates in your spirituals. Told you this is about expansion and elevation. And this the thing. This can be simply a seed. The jackpot, people be like, oh, it's gonna be this huge amount of money, 7-Eleven. This ain't got to be no money. This could be like we had the Ace of Pentacles. This can be a seed that is planted. Message. This could be something, the seed that is going to bring in this abundance, this wealth that we already talked about. Taking a chance, always bet on you, believe in the impossible. So you may be seeing 7-Eleven as well. It's like, so some of you, this could be an idea that's getting that the Lord is giving you and putting in your spirituals. And this is the thing that's going to actually create that 10 of Pentacles for you. So you just got to keep moving it. Like you got to keep moving forward and keep moving towards it. Have tunnel vision. And no matter what anybody, and I mean anybody has to say, you got to keep moving towards it, y'all. You're going to be discouraged. You're going to feel some type of way. Hey, Korean them, but you got to keep on moving towards it. Hey, Grandma 225 coming through. That's my grandmama in the spirituals, Pisces energy, and a tower. So there could be an unexpected event that's coming through. Period. Love you, Grandma. Receiving divine wisdom, life-changing events, orchestrated chaos. Telling y'all, the war before the reward. Okay, the war before the reward. So some of you definitely have spiritual support. My grandmama, I told y'all, and I'm not gonna stop saying it. My grandmama, and I told, believe me when I tell y'all, when I went and I had the chance to talk to Miss Tab, do y'all know that I told her that my grandmama gives me messages through her? I told her that because my truth is my truth, y'all. And I was like, so I'm not going, I know how the Lord sends his angels to talk to me. And I was like, man, and who he speaks through, and the fact that, and so I know that one for sure. And I told her, so this the thing, you got to know, you got to set up your language, how you gonna communicate with the Lord and his angels so that you will understand when they're giving you wisdom. Orchestrated chaos, right? That's the war before the reward that we've been talking about. Yes, things gonna start going left, but it's all orchestrated. It's chaotic. It's all over the place, but it's all leading to this positive reward. Okay, so, and it's because, look, we have this out here again, breaking ancestral karma, because you're chosen for this. Okay, so ask for help if you need it. Last one. Something may be happening. What was the other date y'all kept giving me? March the 26th may be an important day. February the 25th. That's coming up. Message in a couple of days. So get ready for that. Okay, get ready for that. Life-changing events. We receive it. There, whether good or bad, it's all for the. It's like the Lord. What the enemy meant for good, for bad, the Lord is meaning for good. Whether good or bad. And I'm even me. I'm just like, Lord, I know that I'm going through it for whatever. Like you have a reason for it. It's got to be a reason for it. And even if it ain't, I'm still gonna trust him. I'm still gonna trust him to take care of me. This is it. I'm done. I'm done. 77. We just got done. So 7. Completion. Come on, completion. Thank y'all. So they just gave me, look, they're giving the number 7 as completion. Death card came out 3 times, right? Completion, ending a cycle. There's completion that's happening. Positive moving forward, facing your fears. The Chariot came out twice. Rewards for your sacrifice. Can't make it up. War before the reward. War before the reward. And then we have 1213 as well. Relocation, entering the promised land, receiving fame and recognition. 1213. Of course, this is the call of Abram, right? So Just saying, y'all, we're getting ready. We closer. We getting closer. We learning how to live with the Lord. We learning. Come on, look, my other grandmama showing up at the bottom of the deck. Hey, y'all, love y'all. 144, 133, and 23. Can't make it up. We learning how to live with the Lord, learning how to be right with him, do the right things, y'all, so that we can receive these rewards for our sacrifice. And no, we not always gonna get it right. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna make detours. I told y'all yesterday, child, I about could have had this experience that I had Saturday for 2 years ago, but I kept myself in the same loop by making the same decision. 2 years in a row, y'all, I made the same decision. I chose wrong. And this time I chose a dip. So instead of going left this time, I went right. And right led me to the interaction that I had on Saturday. Whereas the past 2 years, I could have had that same experience and I chose the wrong path. So just know you're not going to get it right. And yes, your detours, your decisions are going to take you on detours if it's not the right thing for you to do. But you're going to learn, and you either going to, so when we talk about cycles ending, right? For me, I literally kept myself in the same cycle for 2 years simply by making the wrong decisions, simply by not following the path that the Lord, even though I wasn't per se walking with the Lord at that time. Last year I was, and I still chose wrong because I was new on my walk and I didn't have that understanding. But as I've gone through this experience and on this journey and being out here in the wilderness, right? Every time I make a decision and the Lord disciplines me, he does it with love. He shows me where I went wrong. He shows me how I should have done something different every time. And then you learn. And it's not to say we're not going to mess up again, because we will, right? He expects that of us, but he forgives us all the same and he loves us all the same. And so just know that. Don't feel bad if you don't make the right, because you're not going to make the right decision all the time. You're not going to work with the right people. You're not going to be friends with the right people. You're not going to always choose the right thing. But then when you finally realize like how you're keeping yourself stuck, how you're keeping yourself in a loop, how you're keeping yourself from moving forward, you won't make the decision again. You're going to be like, and this, because the thing is, the same stuff will keep presenting itself, y'all. I kid you not, like the same things will keep presenting itself. And it's like, it stops presenting itself when you learn it. Then the tactic will change a little bit. And then you start to recognize, you be like, no, this looks just like that. I don't think that's for me. And your discernment will start to show you like, yeah, I'm going to say no to this. I'm going to turn this down. I'm not going to do this because you learn. And then you don't go through it again, y'all, because, yeah, just saying. That's it. Anyway, okay. I love y'all in real life. Hey, Lamisha Nim, received in return, dearest one. Y'all, hydrate your soul and things. Drink your water, say gratitude. Have a fantastic and amazing Monday in purpose and on purpose. And I will see y'all bright and early, 7:30 in the morning, okay, for a word in the wilderness, spilling the spirituality, okay? Come on, 116, we received that. I love y'all in real life. I will see y'all in the morning. Love y'all. Bye, y'all.